Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is UMAIR. I'm from RPL. Today I want to presentation about rare animal. First, what is rare animal? Rare animal is who animal got a small population. This is example of a rare animal. Sumatra tiger. At the present, the total of number of Sumatran tiger is not more than 300 according to the WWF species, which is one of 6 tiger subspecies that still survive to death and are included in the status of critically endangered, highly endangered. Animals, the skin color of the Sumatran tiger is the darkest of all tigers, ranging from the reddish yellow to dark orange. Its body is also relatively small compared to all tiger species that live today. The narrow habitat are because of the vast open land make them intentionally threatened with extinction. Next, Java and Sumatran rhinoceros. Java and Sumatran rhinos. Sumatran rhinos and Java rhinos are also important concerns for the government and environmentalists. The Sumatran rhinos and the Java rhinos are two of the 5 species of rhinoceros that are still able to survive extinction. In addition to the Indian rhinos, African black rhinos, and African white rhinos. However, these 2 rhinos are in the category of very threatened of critically endangered. This critically endangered conservation status is restricted one rhinoceros species in Indonesia since 1996. And next, peacock or green peacock. Green peacock or Latin Pavo muticus is one of 3 species of peacock. Like other birds found in the Phasianidae tribe, green peacock have a beautiful feather. The feathers are golden green. Female birds are smaller than male birds. The feathers are least shiny grayish-green and without the feathers of the tail of a bird. Adult males are very large, can reach 300 cm in length, with a very long tail covered above his head. Tree was an upright crest. Green peacock is found in the Java Island and in status protected by law because it is a rare animal. Next, orangutan. Orangutan are cheap animals that have longer hair than other apes. This animal is bred in Kalimantan and Sumatra forests. Indeed, orangutan have a lot common with humans. In terms of form and DNA, it's almost the same. The main food is fruit. The threat of orangutan is an internationally narrow habitat because forests are used as oil palm mining and trees are cut down. Next, Baywan deer, which in Latin is accessibly an endemic animal that lives on Baywan Island. Basic frequency is Java province. This type of deer is a diverse population in internationally scarce and threatened with extinction. Baywan deer is a rare animal that lives nocturnal is more active through the night. River habitat in bahasa is in secondary forests that are altitude of up to 500 MASL. Baywan deer have a relatively smaller body than other types of deer. And next, Carobate turtle. In English, the Sulawesi forest turtle that is endemic to the island of Sulawesi is referred to as the Sulawesi forest turtle. While officially this rare animal has the Latin name Lechocephalon yvonii, which is synonymous with Geomedia yvonii and Ocensia yvonii. These Sulawesi forest turtles are often also known as parrot. Giving the nickname is due to the unique shape of the moth-like parrot. Sulawesi forest turtles are included in one of the 7 rare types of reptiles in Indonesia. even included in the list of the world's 25 most endangered species and freshwater turtle. To, to 2011, issued by the Turtle Conservation Coalition. Previously, the Sulawesi forest turtle were classified in the genus ASMC, but since 2000, they were included in the single genus Cephalon. The word iguana in its scientific name refers to Frank Iguana, who first obtained the first specimen of this Sulawesi turtle on the market in Gorontalo, Sulawesi. Next, Komodo dragon. The common dragon habitat in the world has shrunk due to human activities, and the IUCN institution has included dragon as a species that is vulnerable to extinction. This large monitor lizard is now under the regulation of the Indonesian government and national park. Namely, the Komodo National Park was established to protect them. The main habitat of lizard is only on the island of Komodo, Rinca Flores, Gili Motang, and Gili Dasami in Nusa Tenggara. Komodo was first documented by Europeans in 1910. The name of this carnivorous animal is intentionally now to the world after 1912. Peter Anthony Owens, director of the Zoological Museum in Windsor, Norfolk, published a paper about the Komodo dragon after receiving this reptile photo and skin. Next, Bali starling. Bali starling was discovered in 1910. The scientific name of Bali starling was named according to British animal expert Walter Rothschild as the first person to describe this species to the world of knowledge in 1912. Bali starling was only found in the forest of the western part of Bali Island. This bird is also the only endemic species of Bali, and in 1991 was named the fauna symbol of the province of Bali. The existence of this endemic animal is protected by law. To prevent a more serious threat of extinction, most zoos around the world run the Bali starling breeding program. Next, Sumatran elephant. The International Organization for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) has designated the Sumatran elephant to red list critical status. HGI estimates that the Sumatran elephant population is only 1,800 spread across Sumatra and North Kalimantan. The isolated elephant from their habitat, among others, were killed or died because there were no more food sources after the forest turned into garden and settlement. This condition occurs in 6 elephant habitat locations in Riau, 3 locations in South Sumatra, 2 locations in Jambi, and 1 location in Bengkulu and West Sumatra respectively. Next, window tree kangaroo. Apparently, kangaroo not only belong to Australia, because Indonesia also has them. The window tree kangaroo is named after the endemic endangered animal species that live on the island Papua. Based on the specimen found by Ernst Mayr, this animal that has the dangerous Mayri scientific name is estimated to have a weight around 9.25 kg. The black fur is gloomy white, some yellowish part. The area of the buttocks and leg is reddish with a white. The excess population of the window tree kangaroo has never been known, but according to the IUCN red list, it is estimated that the population of this tree kangaroo is around 50 individuals. This is what makes the IUCN red list enter the window tree or window tree kangaroo. Kangaroo as a critically endangered species of critically endangered species. Next, Anoa. Anoa is an endemic animal of the island of Sulawesi, particularly in the province of Southern Sulawesi. This animal includes traditional fauna. Animals that are categorized as rare animals have been treated with extinction since the 1900 1960. In fact, over the past decade, the population has declined dramatically. It is estimated that currently there are no more than 5 5 5,000 tails in the wild. The threat of extinction is indeed inseparable from the behavior of the people who often hunt for skin, horns, and meat. There are two species of this animal, namely lowland anua and mountain anua. The Southern Sulawesi provincially must live in a forest that is still thick and difficult to approach humans. That is why this animal cannot become livestock because they cannot be tamed. Java leopard. Javanese tiger have long been extinct, and similar species that still exist in the land of Java are Javan leopard, or in Latin called Panthera pardus melas. This rare animal, which is the icon of West Java province, is an endemic species of the island of Java and is part of the non-leopard subspecies. In the world, Javan leopard that have been categorized as conservation status critically endangered have two types of operation, namely bright colored leopard and black leopard, commonly referred to as panther tiger. Although colored differently, these two big cats are same subspecies. According to a report from IUCN, there are no more than 300 Javanese leopards living on their habitat. Next, usut mahakam, or Latin called Orcella breviprostris, is a type of mammal that is often called a freshwater dolphin that is almost extinct because based on 2007 data, the population of animal is only 50 birds and ranked the highest endangered Indonesian animal. International scientists classify the Makam pesut population on the Makam River is Kalimantan in a very endangered condition. Many factors influence the population of dolphins. The amount of food supply that is destroying in nature, the passing of plankton in their habitat, as well as the use of poison by local fishermen become the culprit of the decline in the population of dolphins. Next, Simakobo. Simakobo is a snub-nosed monkey whose status is the most worrying and people rarely even know it. Simakobo is a monoleptic species in which this animal do not have a brother in their clan. Russell A. Mittermeier, president of Conservation International (CI), also added that Simakobo is the only live-eating monkey that has a short circular tail and has blue nose like a golden monkey or snub-nosed monkey. Simakobo, or the scientific name Simys concolor, is important because its status in IUCN is categorized as a species that is critically endangered or high-level conservation threat rare animal, and labeled as the world's 25 most endangered primates. This happened because the population of pig-tailed monkey during at the last 10 years has decreased by 80%. Next, eagle forest. Ornithitis floris is a large type of eagle around 71 until 80, 82 centimeters, which also increases the diversity of birds in the archipelago. Its name forest birds are also found on the island of Lombok, Sumbawa. and the small island of Satonda and Rinca. Besides, of course, of the island of Flores, Nusa Tenggara, the trend of declining eagle forest population has made the IUCN World Conservation Agency set it as number one step toward extinction critically endangered. The number of adult individuals, the entire distribution is estimated to be around 100 pairs, with a roaming area of around 10,000 square kilometers. The characteristics of this eagle is wet lower body, living in lowland and submontana forest areas up to an altitude of 1,000 MECL. Its easy to see prey technique is to hunt from a perch and try to take advantage of the hot air fall. Next, Tarsius tarsier. Tarsier, a primate of the genus Tarsius, a monotype genus from the Tarsidae family, the only family that survived from the order of Tarsiformes. Tarsius has a small body with very large eye. Its eyeball is about 16 mm in diameter, and the wall is about the size of a brain. The hind legs are also very long. Until now, the Tarsius population tries to decline. IUCN 2012. The estimated population density of Tarsius in Takoko is 159. This is because influenced by factors both from within and from outside. External factors that affect Tarsius include environment, habitat, type of vegetation, climate, temperature, humidity, light intensity, and rainfall, predators, jungle cats, snakes, and human and feed. Next is Tentanissa, South or Statifi British Microdon is a species of fish that live in the Indo-Pacific Ocean and can also live in rivers to carry out its life cycle. In the rainy season between December and March, this fish will live in freshwater effort. When entering the dry season, May until October, Indonesian shark will prefer to live in estuaries or bays that resemble seawater habitat. Apart from Australia, this fish also spread to Kalimantan, Papua, Vietnam, India, Madagascar, and East Africa. In Indonesia, shark shows are one of the endemic animals found in Lake Sentani, Papua. The shrinking amount makes the species included in animals that deserve to be preserved. Next, the Bangladesh crow. Bangladesh crow of our Corpus anicolor was declared extinct. Then in 2007, the flock of this species was seen returning to the wild in a limited amount. This is what underlines the condition of this species, including protected and endangered animals. Broad crow is one of the endemic species of Sulawesi birds. The bird limited to the Banggai Island. The Banggai crow is approximately 339 cm in size, with a black body pattern with pale iris, short tail, dark legs, and neck might indicate full brown skin. Apart from that, the sound of the chirping of bird gives 3 until 4 notes. And next, red frog, or in Latin Leptophrin cricantata, is an endemic type of frog found only in Mount Gede Pangorogo National Park and Mount Halimun Salak National Park. The red frog is also one of the endangered animals, so it is not exactly if whether the IUCN that list record it as critically endangered. Even though in Indonesian alone this frog escaped from the list of protected animals. Red frogs are often referred to as root crop. The red toad in English is called breeding toad or white toad, whereas in Latin this animal is called Leptoprene fruitata. This Latin name means more or less big. Next, the bookshelf is one of the rare rabbit birds in the world in the category. Xiao is the endemic bird found on a small island called Xiao in Sanghi district of Sulawesi province. According to his name, Xiao is a member of the owl, which in English is commonly referred to as Xiao Jacob's owl, while in scientific name Latin it is called Otus xiaoensis. The endemic bird population is not known for sure, but based on its limited distribution on the island and derived sightings, sightings, it is categorized by the IUCN Red List in critically endangered status signed 2000. Set GITS also included this upload in Appendix 2 Science 1990 and 98. Next, the Javanese roller bird is one of the endemic species of Java that has a main habitat in a vast swamp area, such as extinct grassland that flood during the rainy season. According to the latest IUCN data in 20, not 20, 2030, the rural Java population is very small, assuming fewer than 550 individual tribal is in it. This possible population decline is caused by human disturbance and habitat conversion for cultivation and agriculture and hunting. In line with that, according to IUCN data, it was stated that the threat of the rural Java extinction was the problem of land from native habitat that had been converted into agro-industrial farming areas of agricultural land and become freshwater cultivation areas, namely ponds. Uh, Yellow-crested cockatoo. The type of bird that intentionally threatened is the yellow-crested cockatoo, or in its scientific name called Cakatua sulphur. The area of low-crested small cockatoos are the Lesser Sunda Island, Sulawesi Island, and Bali and Timor, where primary and second forests still exist according to the Head Natural Resources Conservation Agency (BKSDA) of West Nusa Tenggara Province. They are Widada as quoted from Republica. The population of yellow-crested cockatoo, which live in the wild in NTB region, currently has a 150 145 birds left. In fact, continued Widada yellow-crested cockatoo has been declared a rare animal that is categorized as critically by the World Conservation Agency (IUCN) because the number is getting small. Next, Arowana irian has a body shape with colorful scales that will add to its charm, so it looks beautiful and elegant. Many fish lovers hunt this species as ornamental fish. Its limited population makes this fish one of the protected animals, so not every party can maintain this fish. The body shape of Arowana irian is composite with and thick. The body part has red or yellow spots, and the color of the fins and body is dominated by olive green color Arowana irian, which has good quality. And this is my next presentation about America. First, New York. The city of New York, often called New York City NYC, or simply New York, is the most populous city in the United States, with an estimated 2017 population of distributed over land about 302.6 square miles. New York City is also the most densely populated major city in the United States. Located at the southern tip of the state of New York, the city is the center of New York metropolitan America. Is the center of New York population area, the large metropolitan area in the world by urban landmass and one of the world's most populous megacities. Uh, a global power city, New York City has been described as uniquely the cultural, financial, and media capital of the world and exert a significant impact upon commerce, entertainment, research, technology, education, politics, tourism, art, fashion, and sport. The city first has inspired the term New York MENIT, home to headquarters of the United Nations. New York is an important center of the international diplomacy. Next, Las Vegas. Las Vegas, officially the city of Las Vegas and often known simply as Vegas, is the 28th most populated city in the United States, the most populated city in the state of Nevada, and the county seat of Clark County. The city anchor the Las Vegas Valley metropolitan area and is the largest city within the Greater Mojave Desert. Las Vegas is internationally renowned major resort city, known primarily for its gambling, shopping, fine dining, entertainment, and nightlife. The Las Vegas Valley as well serves the leading financial, commercial, and cultural center for Nevada City, views itself as the entertainment capital of the world and is famous for its mega casino hotels and associated activities. It is a top three destination in the United States for business, convention, and global leader in the hospital, hospitality industry, claiming more AAA double A 5 diamond hotel than any other city in the world today. Las Vegas, annually ranked as one of the world's most visited tourist destinations, the city tolerance for the numerous forms of adult entertainment in it. The Little of Sin City and has made Las Vegas a popular setting for literature, film, television program, and music videos. Next, Los Angeles. Officially the city of Los Angeles and now colloquially by initial LA is the second most populous city in the United States, after New York City, and the largest and most populous city in the western United States with an estimated population of 4 million. Los Angeles is the cultural, financial, and commercial center of Southern California, nicknamed the City of Angel partly because of its name. Spanish meaning Los Angeles is now for its Mediterranean climate, ethnic ethnic diversity, Hollywood, and the entertainment industry and sprawling metropolitan. Los Angeles is located in a large basin bounded the Pacific Ocean on side by mountain. Uh, Los Angeles is a principal city of the Los Angeles metropolitan area with a population of 13.1 million residents. It is the second largest in the United States after that of the New York. It is part of the Los Angeles Long Beach Combined Statistical geographical area, also the second most populous in the nation with a 2050 estimate population of 18.7 million. Next, Washington DC. Washington DC, formerly the District of Columbia and commonly referred to as Washington or the Point C, the capital of the United States, born after the American Revolution, the seat of government of the newly independent country. Washington was named after George Washington, first president of the United States. Of founding father, Washington is the principal of the Washington Metropolitan. As the seat of the United States federal government and several international organizations, the city is an important world political capital. Washington is one of the most visited cities in the world, with more than 20 million annual tourists. The signing of the Resident Act only July 9, 16 1790 approved the creation of a capital district located along the Potomac River on the country coast. The U.S. Constitution provides for a federal district under the exclusive jurisdiction of the Congress, and the district is therefore not part of any state. The state of Maryland and Virginia is donated to land from the federal district, which included the pre-existing settlements, Ferguson and Alexandria. The city of Washington was founded in 1791 to serve as the national capital in 1846. Congress returned the land originally ceded by Virginia. In 1871, it created a single municipal government for the remaining portion of the district. Miami. Miami, officially the city of Miami, is the cultural, economic, and financial center of South Florida. Miami is the seat of Miami-Dade County, the most populous county in Florida. It covers an area of about 56.6 square miles between the Florida Everglades to the west and Biscayne Bay on the east. Miami is also the sixth most densely populated major city in the United States. The Miami metropolitan area is home to 6.1 million people and the seventh largest metropolitan area in the nation. Miami metro area is the second most populous metropolis in the southern United States and fourth largest urban area in the U.S. Miami is a major center and leader in finance, commerce, culture, media, entertainment, the arts, and international trade. The Miami metropolitan area is by far the largest urban economy in Florida and the 12th largest in the United States, with a GDP as of 2017. In 2012, Miami was classified an upper level world city in the World City Study Group inventory. In 2010, Miami ranked 7 in the United States and 33 among global cities in terms of business activity, human capital, information exchange, cultural experience, and political engagement. Next, Atlanta. Atlanta is the capital of and the most populous city in the U.S. state of Georgia, with an estimated 2007 2007 2017 population. It is also the the 39th most populous city in the United States. The city serves as the cultural and economic center of the Atlanta metropolitan area, home to 5.8 million people and the ninth largest metropolitan area in the nation. Atlanta is the seat of Fulton County, the most populous county in Georgia. A small portion of the city extends eastward into neighbor DeKalb County. Atlanta was founded as transportation hub at the intersection of the railroad line in 1837. After being most burned, after being mostly burned to the ground during the American Civil War, the city rose from its ashes to become national center com- of commerce and the unofficial capital of the nation during the 1950 and 1960. Atlanta became a major organizing center of the civil rights movement, with Jr. Martin Luther King Jr., Ralph David Abernathy, and many other local playing major roles in the movement leadership. In the decades following, the city earned reputation to Basi to head for the relatively progressive views in citizens, and neither compared to other cities in the deep south during the modern area. Atlanta has attained international prominence as a major air representative hub, with Archbishop Jackson Atlanta International Airport being the fourth busiest airport by passenger traffic since 1998. Next, San Diego is a city in the U.S. state of California. It is San Diego County on the coast of the Pacific Ocean in Southern California, approximately 120 miles south of Los Angeles and immediately adjacent to border with Mexico, with an estimated population of 1,000. 1,000. Early 2007, San Diego, the eighth largest in city, the United States, and second largest in California. It is part of the San Diego-Tijuana conurbation, the second largest transborder agglomeration between the U.S. and bordering country after Detroit, Minnesota, with a population of 4 million people. The city is known for its smooth year-round climate, natural deep-water harbor, extensive beach, long association with the United States Navy, and recent emergence as a healthcare and biotechnology development center. Next, Niagara Waterfall. Niagara Falls is the collective name for the three waterfalls that straddle the international border between the Canadian province of Ontario and the American state of New York. From the southern end of the Niagara Gorge, from the largest to smallest, the three waterfalls are the Mercer Falls, the American, and the Rudolph Falls. The Horseshoe Falls lies on the border of the United States and Canada, with the American Falls entirely on the United States side, separated by God Island. The smaller Rudolph Falls are also on the United States side, separated from the American Falls by Luna Island, located on the Niagara River, which drains Lake Erie into Lake Ontario. The combined falls from the highest flow rate of any waterfall in North America that has a vertical drop of more than 50 meters or 160 feet. During peak, they can to reach horse more than 1 million uh, of water gas of what of water gas over the crest of the fall every minute or so. Fall is the most powerful waterfall in North America as measured by flow rate. Next, Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park is an American national park located in Wyoming, and it was established by the U.S. Congress and signed into law by President Alice S. Grant. On March 1, 1872, Yellowstone was the first national park in the U.S. and is also widely held to be the first national park in the world. The park is known for its wildlife and its many ephemeral features, especially a beautiful geyser of one of its most popular features. It has many types of ecosystem, but the subalpine forest is the most abundant. It is part of the South Central Turkish Forest ecoregion. Native Americans have lived in the Yellowstone region for at least mm, uh, one, one, 1 million years. Aside from sit by mountain meandering to early to mid uh, 19th century, organized exploration did not begin until the late 1860. Management and control of the park originally fell under the jurisdiction of the Secretary of the Interior, the first being Columbus Delano. However, the U.S. Army was subsequently continued the operative management of Yellowstone for a 30-year period between 1886 and 109 1916. In 1917, administration of the park was transferred up to the National Park Service, which had been created the previous year. Hundreds of structures have been built and are protected for their architectural and historical significance, and research have examined more than a thousand archaeological sites. Next, Green Canyon. Green Canyon National Park. The Green Canyon is a step-side canyon served by the Colorado River in Arizona, United States. The Grand Canyon is 277 miles long, up to 18 miles wide, and attain depth of over a mile. The canyon and adjacent rim are contained with Grand Canyon National Park, the Kaibab National Forest, Grand Canyon Parasan National Monument, the Hualapai Indian Reservation, the Havasupai Indian Reservation, and the Navajo Nation. President Theodore Roosevelt was a major proponent of preservation of the Grand Canyon area and visited it on numerous occasions to hunt and enjoy the scenery. Next, San Francisco. San Francisco, officially the city and county of San Francisco, is the cultural, commercial, and financial center of Northern California. San Francisco is the 13th 13th most populous city in the United States and the fourth most populous in California, with a resident as of 2017. It covers an area of about 446.89 square miles, mostly at the north of the San Francisco Peninsula is the San Francisco Bay Area, making it the second most densely populated as city, U.S. city, and the fifth most densely populated U.S. county behind only four of the five New York City boroughs. San Francisco is also part of the fifth most populous primary statistical in the United States, the San Jose, San Francisco, Oakland, CA combined statistical area. Next, Chicago. Chicago, formerly the city of Chicago, is located on the shores of freshwater Lake Michigan, and is the third most populous city in the United States. As of the two, two, 2000, 2017 census estimate, Chicago has a population of 2 million, which makes it most populous city in both states of Illinois and the Midwestern United States. It's the county seat of the county, the second most populous county in the U.S. Chicago, the principal city of the Chicago metropolitan area, which is often referred to as Chicagoland. The Chicago metropolitan area has nearly 10 million people, is the third largest in the United States, the fourth largest in North America, and the third largest metropolitan area in the world by land area. Chicago was incorporated as a city in 1837 near a portage between the Great Lakes and the Mississippi River watershed, and grew rapidly in the mid-19th century after the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, which destroyed several square miles and left more than 1 million homeless. The city made effort to rebuild the foundation boom of large population growth. Chicago was of the five largest cities in the world during the period. Chicago made not contribution to urban planning and zoning standards, including the construction style, development of the city, beautiful movement, and the steel framed skyscraper. Next, Detroit. Detroit is the largest and most populous city in the state of Michigan, the largest city of United States-Canada border, and the seat of Wayne County. The municipality of Detroit had estimate population, making it the 23